Hello and welcome to the your English News Bulletin. I'm Esther. These are the headlines. A new political party from Nagaland named the Rising People's Party has been registered with the Election Commission of India. The Navi Mumbai police has arrested a 37-year-old man who is accused of raping nearly a dozen women after contacting them on matrimonial sites. A 56-year-old great-granddaughter of Mahatma Gandhi, who was an accused in a 6 million fraud and forgery case, has been sentenced to 7 years in jail by a Durban court in South Africa. Now for the news in details. The Navi Mumbai police has arrested a 37-year-old man who is accused of raping nearly a dozen women. The accused used matrimonial sites to find his prey and was arrested from Malad area in Mumbai.
The accused is a mechanical engineer and had worked for reputed companies in the past. Cops had been looking for the accused for the last 4 months. Gupta created many fake profiles on matrimonial sites and would lure highly educated women, a report by India Today said. After contacting women through matrimonial sites, he would get their phone numbers and convince them for a meeting at a pub or restaurant. He used to sexually assault women during these meetings. The accused used a different mobile number for every crime. He changed his SIM every time, even to book cab rides using Ola or Uber. He would use different SIM cards and not the phone number registered in his name. He worked as a hacker some time ago and has good knowledge of computers, but he was using it in the wrong place. Deputy Commissioner of Police Suresh Mengande was quoted as saying, "Police suspect that the accused could be linked to other cases of sexual assault. So far, we have information that he committed his crime against 12 women, but there seem to be many more," DCP Mengande said. After his arrest, police produced Gupta before a local court where a judge sent him to 4-day police custody. Further investigation was underway.
A new political party from Nagaland named the Rising People's Party has been registered with the Election Commission of India. The nascent party was officially registered with the EC on June 7, 2021.
The party's president is Joel Naga, formerly a leader of the Popular Against Corruption and Unabated Taxation, which led communities in Nagaland in the fight against corruption in the government and services. The motto of the party is for freedom and democracy. Joel Naga told Hornbilltv that the objectives of the Rising People's Party is to create a new Nagaland, while also giving an alternative platform to the Naga people, not as a political party but to become people's movement. According to Joel Naga, the new party will give 1/4 representation to women in all the party's posts. As of now, the party has registered 4 members and will add more office bearers in the days to come.
A 56-year-old great-granddaughter of Mahatma Gandhi, who was an accused in a 6 million rand fraud and forgery case, has been sentenced to 7 years in jail by a Durban court. Ashish Lata Ram Gobind was found guilty by the court on Monday.
She was accused of the defrauding businessman S.R. Maharaj after he advanced Rs 6.2 million to her for allegedly clearing import and custom duties for a non-existent consignment from India. He was promised a share of profits. Lata Ram Gobind, who is the daughter of a noted rights activist Ella Gandhi and late Mewa Ram Gobind, was also refused leave to appeal both the conviction and the sentence by the Durban Specialized Commercial Crime Court. When trial in the case against Lata Ram Gobind started in 2015, Brigadier Hangwani Maldwazi of the National Prosecuting Authority had said that she allegedly provided forged invoices and documents to convince potential investors that 3 containers of linen were being shipped in from India. At that time, Lata Ram Gobind was released on a bail of 50,000 rand. On Monday, the court during the hearing was informed that Lata Ram Gobind had met Maharaj, director of the New Africa Alliance Footwear Distributors, in August 2015. The company imports and manufactures and sells clothing, linen and footwear.
The Minister of the Department of the Public Health Engineering, Jacob Zimomi, distributed ration to people who have been affected by the second wave of the pandemic in Dimapur on Tuesday. Hornbilltv was informed that the assistance provided by him is a continuous process, most of which is intentionally not highlighted to uphold the dignity of the receivers. Though the COVID-19 tally of Nagaland is not shown in the Health Department's daily bulletin as it is added to the cumulative total under Tuensang, the youngest district of the state has also not been spared and still faces the brunt of the novel coronavirus. As on June 7th, Nagaland has registered a total of 29 cases with 22 recoveries and 5 currently active cases. The district has recorded 2 deaths in the previous month. A beauty salon at Raza Point in Kohima was ransacked by unknown miscreants on June 7, destroying and damaging electronics, furniture and cosmetics amounting to over 3 lakhs in total. A case has been registered in the North Police Station on the same day by the owner under different sections of the IPC.
The owner of Eclipse Beauty Salon, who chose not to be named, said that on 7 June she came to check out on the salon and turned off the inverter and found her shop ransacked and things damaged with a bucket of water and 2 wires in it. Luckily, the auto cut out was disabled, thereby preventing any serious injuries or damage. An FIR was filed and the police came to assess the situation, she said. The miscreants damaged everything from cosmetic chairs to electronic gadgets, etc. They entered through the back door, breaking the glass to access the lock, and after vandalizing the space, left without closing it. The whole counter was also filled with items which were all damaged. She suspected that the woman also must be involved, looking at the intricate way of doing the carnage. Speaking to Hornbilltv, Inspector Chuba Onan OC, North Police Station said that immediately after receiving the complaint, a case was registered and the duty officer went to the site of the incident for examination. Most of the evidence were disturbed. By the time they arrived, they have managed to salvage some and are following up with the investigation. He added, though they have not yet made any breakthrough, they are under the process of examining the CCTV footage and other materials. The miscreants seemed like they were into mischief rather than stealing, since most of the expensive items were left damaged and not stolen, it was informed.
The vaccination for COVID-19 is underway in the country in full swing. On Monday, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare said that people who have to travel abroad can now take the second dose of the Covishield vaccine after 28 days. Earlier, the second dose of the Covishield vaccine was being administered after 28 days, but later it was extended to 12 weeks.
The ministry had issued guidelines to states and union territories to provide vaccines to such people who have completed 28 days of the first dose. It said the issue was discussed in Empowered Group 5 and appropriate recommendations have been received in this context. This special dispensation will be available to students who have to undertake foreign travel for the purposes of education, persons who have to take up jobs in foreign countries, and athletes, sports persons and accompanying staff of Indian contingent attending International Olympic Games, which is to be held in Tokyo, the ministry said.
As Arunachal Pradesh enters day 2 of lifting the lockdown, the capital, Itanagar, witnessed a huge rush of vehicles causing traffic and people thronging the streets. It was informed that the Deputy SPP Nobin Jomu had also stepped out and gave awareness to the public to use the zebra crossing and other traffic rules which needed to be followed. Nagaland state COVID-19 tally has reached 23,051 positive cases, out of which 4,676 are active cases. The Department of Health and Family Welfare gave the details on June 8th in its daily updates about the COVID-19 situation in the state.
According to the updates, 17,296 people have recovered. There were 418 COVID-19 related deaths, while there were 14 non-COVID deaths with COVID-19 positivity. The Health Department stated 647 cases were migrated, the authorities stated. On June 8, 1,104 results were received, out of which 133 tested positive, taking the cumulative total to 23,051 cases, the updates stated.
Moving further to more news, in a major crackdown on those involved in child pornography, the Kerala police has arrested 28 persons and registered 370 cases after a statewide raid conducted against the viewing and sharing of objectionable content related to children.
The raid, dubbed as Operation P-Hunt 21.1, was conducted across the state, in which 370 cases were registered. Cyberdome Nodal Officer ADGB Manoj Abraham said after the operation on Sunday. A 310-member team led by District Police Chiefs launched the raid, ADGB Manoj Abraham said. Simultaneous inspections were conducted at 477 centers in the state. A total of 429 electronic devices, including mobile phones, modems, hard disks, memory cards, laptops, and computers, were seized during the raid. According to the police, many devices contained nude pictures and videos of children between the age of 5 and 16. Many of those arrested are young people with high-paying jobs, including in the IT sector, and with the help of modern technology, they send and receive footages, said Abraham. Examining the chats received from the devices, it is suspected that many are involved in child trafficking, the officer said. Several Telegram and WhatsApp groups were also found during the raid that shared child pornography, said Abraham. He added that during the raid, police also found links from phones that offer child pornography, live for a fee. The statewide raid was carried out following observations led by the Cyberdome and the Counter Child Sexual Exploitation Center. Under current law, viewing, collecting and distributing child pornography is punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to Rs 10 lakh. Cyberdome nodal officer said those who are aware of groups and channels carrying out such activities should inform the police as soon as possible.
The center has provided more than 24 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses to states and union territories till date, informed the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on Tuesday.
More than 24 crore vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far through the Government of India free of cost channel and through direct state procurement category, and of this, the total consumption includes wastages is 23 crore 47 lakhs 43,489 doses, data available at 8 am today, it said. The ministry further said that 1 crore 19 lakhs 46,925 COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. The implementation of the liberalized and accelerated phase 3 strategy of COVID-19 vaccination has started from May 1st, 2021. Under the strategy, in every month, 50% of the total central drug laboratory cleared vaccine doses of any manufacturer would be procured by Government of India. It would continue to make these doses available to the state governments totally free of cost, as was being done earlier, the Health Ministry said. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the Government of India has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. In addition, the centre has also been facilitating direct procurement of vaccines by the states and union territories. Also, 23 crore 61 lakhs 98,726 COVID vaccine doses have been administered so far in the nationwide vaccination drive.
At least 50 militants loyal to the Taliban outfit were killed and dozens more injured in a series of air raids by government forces in Afghanistan's Paktia province, a top official has confirmed.
Addressing reports on Monday, Provisional Governor Muhammad Halim Fidai said that many of the dead militants were foreign fighters, Xinhua news agency reported. The governor confirmed that the Afghan Air Force launched a spate of airstrikes against pro-Taliban militants in Zamramat, Mirzaka and Ahmedabad district late on Sunday night. In addition, he said 5 pro-government militiamen had gone missing after some Taliban fighters stormed a checkpoint in the Kalkin area of Mirzaka district on Sunday. In the meantime, another official said that in the fighting in the Kalkin area, more than a dozen security personnel were killed and the militants also captured a few pro-government militiamen. Fidai, however, rejected the official's account. The Taliban outfit is yet to make a comment on the reports. Since the official's withdrawal of the US and other NATO troops in Afghanistan on May 1st, the Taliban have intensified attacks on provisional capitals, districts, bases and checkpoints. Tens of thousands of Afghans have been displaced in the past few weeks. The withdrawal of international troops is due to be completed by September 11 at the latest.
The Delhi High Court has granted interim custody bail to Jamia Millia Islamia student Asif Iqbal Tanha, arrested in a case related to the Northeast Delhi riots last year, for 2 weeks to stay at a hotel here for studying and appearing in exam schedule from June 15.
A bench of Justices Siddharth Mridul and Anub Jairam Bambani noted that it is imperative to Danha to sit in his 3 remaining backlog or compartment examinations to complete his BA Honours Persian program and said he be released in an interim custody bail on the morning of June 13th and shall be brought back to prison by guards on the evening of June 26th. As agreed by the Council of State and Danha, he will be staying at a hotel in Kalkaji, here under the custody of 2 prison guards deputed by the jail superintendent. Danha has undertaken to bear all charges and expenses to be incurred there, including lodging and food. During the period of interim custody bail, the applicant shall not invite to the said facility and any visitors or guests, including family members, friends, classmates or any other person, the bench said. As the exam would be conducted online, the court asked Danha to arrange for a laptop and basic mobile phone along with a dongle for internet connection through a pari-korar, which will be first checked by the police officer concerned and then delivered to him. The court also allowed Danha to make a phone call to his family or counsel for 10 minutes once a day during his stay at the hotel. Danha has been directed by the court not to use the devices for any other purpose except studying and also not to erase it or tamper with browsing history on the laptop or SMSs and call records on the phone.
That's all for tonight's English News Bulletin. Do subscribe to our channel and also follow Hornbill TV official on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. I'm Esther. Have a good evening.